Yo, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, wait a minute, don't stop. All right, so are they rented?
Yeah, they have tenants in them.
They got tenants in them?
Yeah, and they're at about $700 a month, but they're month to month. So.
They're month to month, gotcha. Miss Potolo, what up? What up? Tanisha, what's up? What's up? Thank you, what's happening? Okay. Okay. Well, let me, I guess right after the show, I'll give you a buzz. And
Okay, that's cool.
yeah.
Because he doesn't even really, like, I asked him what he would do with the money, and he's like, oh, I'm just going to invest in another property.
Bet. And then, and you know what? I got to work on a creative finance deal. So definitely, as soon as I get off, let's get together so we can go over this creative finance deal because we got somebody that's back there that said they let us take over their mortgage.
Okay, bet.
All right.
All right. Cool. Okay, cool. I'm going to look for some comps on it.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Starry Styles, what's good? What's happening? Need y'all do thumbs up. I feel like I'm cold. I want to see. Oh shit! Can y'all hear me? Because I'm talking through my camera mic, and that shit. I don't like the sound of that. Can y'all hear me? That sound cool? Maybe do I need to switch? I guess that sound all right. All right, I'm gonna take your word on that. I'm gonna take your word on that. Hey, look. When I play this instrumental, can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear the instrumental? Y'all heard that? Okay. I'm wondering. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can switch mics. See if I can switch the mic and then keep that speaker coming through. I usually play the speakers with my headphones. So hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Audio default mic. I want to be right here. My speakers. That's nutty. Hold on, let me change.
Testing the speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great.
That may be it. Let me see something real fast. Hold on, y'all. No, it's coming through that. So I'm gonna. All right, so I got my mic as that. Hold on, y'all. All right, powerful stuff today. Crown third, I've been buzzing. Oh man, that's y'all doing that work, man. You know how your energy is. All right, man. Click the thumbs up, man. Thumbs up. We're gonna get started in 9 minutes, man. 3:30. Well, I'm about to rewrite this joint. Can y'all hear the instrumental? Y'all hear that? Let me close the door too, because that furnace just came on. All right. Okay. All right. Where we at? 8 minutes before we get started, man. 8 minutes before showtime. So if you're new, you're just now clicking on, or you see the replay of this, and you're like, "Where is this dude at?" He ain't even on the camera when the dude gets started. You want to wait till about 8 minutes from this particular point right here, because this show was scheduled at 3:30. All right, and yeah, we'll get started. So I'm in the lab right now, man, working on something that Nas and Damian Marley, Junior Gong. I think I got something for this. But the men ain't do shit when they saw Christ on the crucifix. They just sat there and cried out like a little bitch. Image of the black man, Chicken George, but not Harriet. She was the chariot, you idiot. Personify Moses in the Bible, she got strong. That's all I'm at so far. That's all it takes. There's a couple bars that get me started, and I'm gonna go in that joint, man. It's like one of my most favorite tracks ever, for real, man. Fucking Damian Marley is it's a spiritual thing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we're gonna get started in a couple minutes, man. Any questions on anything, man? Real fast, we can do a quick little pre-show. Something on your mind, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you got anything, and let me see. We're gonna pull up this dude chart. his birthday. I need to go pull up Stellarium real fast. Let me go get that. Let me go get Stellarium. Stellarium. Bam. When we change his birthday, we do that live together. All right. Miss Latasha Glow, the glow bar. What kind of glow bar is you using? How the money looking? Man, the money is amazing, man. I got deals coming in. Think I'm about to make a proposal. Somebody been wanting to put some money with me, but I think I'm gonna do a Toro venture. And so I don't think I'm gonna put them in real estate. I think we're gonna venture off in Toro, see if they wanna be a partner with me and starting putting our own cars online real fast. You know what I mean? So that's what's on my plate. About to work this creative finance deal. Owner wants 300 for the house. It's really probably only really worth honestly 250, 230. But you can still make that happen if you do payments. So I'm thinking about giving him $30,000 in cash. He keeps the mortgage in his name. He moves out. The mortgage is only 8 and some change. How much is that mortgage? His mortgage is only $841 a month. Rents over there, houses in that little pocket is renting right now for $2,100. So anywhere from 17 to 21 is what they're renting for right now. But if he wants 300,000 and we give him 30, then we owe him 270. And if we take that 270 that we own at that particular point, which is his profits are obviously built in, I'm trying to sticking with no interest payments. Take that 270 divided by 180 months, which is 15 years, because he owed 12 years on the mortgage. So the house would be paid off in 12 years. But if you let me walk it out for 15 years, which is what, 360, 180 months, that'd be like $1,500 a month that I'll be paying him at his agreed upon price. So if I can rent it for 21 and or 2,000, pay him 1,500, I'll walk with 5 a month. But the tenant has to pay everything because it's a house, so they paying every single thing. And then I may do an option for the tenant to buy it from us in 10 years or something like that, where I get my lump sum of money back. It's just different ways you can structure this deal. So that's actually what me and Z gonna do when we get off the line. Let's go over this particular deal on my desk. So it looked like it's potential cash flow, but I think he wants 10% down of what he wants. He wants 300 and he wants 30. So we'll work it out. We figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Where we at? 3:28. We get started in 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, man. And then I can't wait till my work day is over so I can get back in the lab. I'm in a creative space right here, man. Y'all wanna hear my bars? Over here again. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Yeah. I'm telling you. Why the men ain't do shit when they saw Christ on the crucifix? They just sat there and cried out like a little bitch. Image of the black man, Chicken George, but not Harriet. She was the chariot, you idiots. Personify Moses in the Bible, she got strong. And I don't know where I'm going from that. I'm about to make the slaves run up north, of course. But then I'm gonna really go into some stars, man. And then, can you read the stars? We know Mars. Yeah. How we gonna kill him with that, man? All right. So where we at? 3:29. We get started in 1 minute, man. Everybody click the thumbs up button for me, please. Thumbs up button for me, please. And since I'm not going to be using no background music, I'm gonna change mics one more time because I know I got a higher quality mic when I do this here. Boop. All right, microphone check. All right, can y'all hear me? And thank you for joining this creative space, Miss Erica Hunter. Shout out to Starry Skies. Shout out to Latasha Soul Glow. Y'all see Latasha's face on here? Don't look like she going. Sanchia, what up? Miss Potolo, you still in the building? Tanisha got that glow too. You can see Tanisha's beautiful white teeth with that big old smile. What up? So yeah, thumbs up button. Let's go ahead and get started, man. So listen, man, today, and big shout out to Tanisha in the chat. She wanted to hit me up and put me on to this particular issue of today's subject. Zac Stacy, former running back in the NFL, had I would play the video, but y'all go play the video and watch that shit because I just can't stomach. I don't want to watch anything that ain't good, period, because I don't want shit to be in my psychology. You know what I'm saying? Literally shit in your psyche. Next thing you know, you ever thought about some shit and then you went to sleep and you dreamed about some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how serious that shit is, because here it is, you go to sleep, and if you didn't go to sleep with it on your mind and you just looked at it like, you know, it's just a third party thing. Like, I was watching a video yesterday and the dude mentioned somebody's name that I know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, what the fuck is they connection? Whatever, and shit. And so I paid no mind and shit, but I go to sleep. Next thing you know, within, you know, my sleep in the morning, you know, I fuck around and dreamed about dude and shit. And I already know it's because I got a certain perception and disdain towards dude. And even though my reaction went like consciously, it wasn't all that strong, that shit was still fire. You know, it hit something in my brain, man, that carried over into my subconscious. So y'all can watch the video of Zac Stacy beating the shit out of his baby mama ex-girlfriend if you want to. Okay, you do that on your time. I'm just here to show you the science of two things mainly. Women, y'all really need to get up on this shit, I think, because it can help you, and men too. It can help you understand the individual temperaments of people, and then you have to, once you be able to size it up from the standpoint of a birth chart, then you can look at their temperament and look at the motherfucker background and shit. You know what I mean? And see if some things are matching out, because everybody that has those placements won't act the same way. So this is why the temperament, which is the psychology of the person involved, is very, very, very important. But at least you get a blueprint, a cosmic blueprint, a birth chart to understand, like, oh, this is what your issues are. Okay. So let's get into it. Let me share my screen so you can see what his shit is, right? All right. So if we go here, all right. Born April 9th, 1991. Immediately, I see some shit. Immediately. And the thing that I want to point your attention to will be Pluto right here to the far left, where it says P. Okay. Again, just pay attention to the house numbers. 1, 2, 3. Looking inside of the wheel, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see numbers 1 through 12. We're going to go to house 12. And we're going to look at Pluto, okay? Now, you see that P in house 12. Notice that Pluto has a red line going directly across to house number 7, which is Venus, okay? Pluto, Venus opposition. Now, depending on his time of birth, and this really makes sense where it's at, let's look at the moon at the bottom in Aquarius in house number 3, okay? So there's a red triangle known as a fixed T-square. A T-square is when you have two 90-degree angles. Notice the moon has two 90-degree angles coming from it. and then 180-degree straight line going across. This is known as what, ladies and gents? The isosceles triangle. See, geometry was good for something. I think this is an isosceles triangle, if I'm not mistaken, because it's 90, 90, 180. All right. And so this is a T square. And now his Venus in the 7th house to where the moon is down on the 3rd house, that represents his psychology of females. The moon is your mama. The moon is your own emotional response, what you're looking for in a woman and how you nurture. It's your emotional connection. It's your emotional psychology. Venus is females and beauty and marriage partners. So his female energies are at odds with one another when he was born. Hello, this should be very, 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 like, this is a eureka moment. This is like, God damn, whoa, this is some deep shit, right? Because Venus do represent beauty and females. The moon represents women's menstrual cycles, mommy, emotions. So this is I call it the daughter, Venus, the princess, and mommy, the queen, the moon, okay? And so his female energies are at odds with each other, and his female energies are at odds with Pluto. Interesting, because Pluto in Scorpio is considered to be at home, ladies and gentlemen. When a planet is at its home sign, it is strong, very strong. But Venus is said to be at home too in Taurus. So there's a war that takes place inside of his own inner psyche. So you know what has to happen? He has to meet a woman that triggers that, not that I'm not saying she's the bad person, but somehow triggers that to get that to come out of him so he can see the worst part of what he is. Very unfortunate. Very fucking unfortunate. In fact, it's so unfortunate, I dare say, if the Confederates and Ku Klux Klan come out after this nigga, I'm going to not even do what I like to do, which is going on the mountaintop and fucking somebody up and don't say nothing about it. I'm not going to even petition and do anything, because what he did was 100% bogus, okay? I just can't understand how you do what you did, all right? And so the inner female qualities within himself is out of order, but what I really notice is this, ladies and gents. Let's go back to house number 12. What's in green, skirting on the outskirts there? That little circle with the arrow out, right? You see where it say AC? So go 2 little planets up. Uh-oh, is that not Mars? It is. That is Mars. So that would mean Mars is in the same place where Pluto is or was when he was born. And Mars in the sky right now is in opposition to Venus. Ain't that some shit? Now, Mars represents the sun. In a sense, sun, like, you know, like I said, you got a royal family. The sun is the king. The prince is Mars. Moon is the queen. The princess is Venus. So that is your tetragrammaton, meaning the four cosmic energies of God. Okay, that's your royal family. Because no matter what you do and start reproducing, you're only going to create another son or another daughter. So you really tapped out at 4. Okay, very important. And so let's look at that. If he's born April 9th, 1991, which is the day General Lee surrendered in 1865, boy, I wouldn't be surprised if the goddamn Confederates come out for you beating that white girl like that. And you in Florida, and Florida's flag, they think they slick. It's white with a red X going across. That's really Confederate, because Florida was the 3rd state to join the Confederacy. So I know what you do, Florida. You're not tricking me. So April 9th, 91, what we want to do is we want to go find the planet Pluto. It's probably going to look like it's right there by the Libra scale. I guarantee you it will look that way. Bingo. Okay. You see Pluto. So Pluto is right there by the Libra scale. Okay. Now we're going to go to today, okay, which is 2021. 11, 18. We're going to go find Mars. Zoop. Put it in the east, please. There it is. And where is Mars at? Mars is at the Libra scales. So this is called Mars conjunct Pluto, ladies and gentlemen. Not good. You know why it's not good? I'll show you why it's not good. Okay, so let's go look at some keywords for Pluto. Okay, if you look at some keywords for Pluto, you will see power. Yes, power. Let's start from the left. Go 2 over. Where it says orgasm at the top, in that row, go all the way down to the bottom. You're going to see power. Okay. What else do you see? Look at the row that starts with compulsion. It says provoke, even death, struggle. Okay. Let's go to the far right. Purge, terrorism, destruction, dictatorship. Okay, this is a very, I call it plutonium. That's the shit you make a bomb out of. Okay, so Pluto's not good. Pluto is not necessarily good. Now, if you come over, we already know we've seen this 1,000 times. 1,000 times when you're dealing with Mars, you see war, far right. You see bloodshed. In the second column that starts with the keyword assertion, go down, you see bloodshed. Okay. You see cuts, burns, and scalds in the first row. Like Mars and Pluto, because Mars is an ancient ruler of Scorpio, and so Pluto is the ruler. It's kind of like they having a battle right now in this region of space. Okay. Wasn't it a coincidence that this is the region of space young Dolph got killed in and the same shit happened? Right. Well, not the same shit, but it was just violence. Right. So if you look at what we call the square chart, right? You see my man Nip. What did we see here? We saw Taurus in green, Scorpio over there in green. So we saw that he was born with the energies in Scorpio, Pluto and Scorpio, Mars and Scorpio right now, but his Venus is in Taurus. So that's showing you Taurus to Scorpio is going to create a problem. Didn't I tell y'all some videos back before Mars got in Scorpio? Didn't I say, yo, if you got anything right here, watch this shit blow up and be nasty. So if you got anything in Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, this is why it don't even matter what your sun sign is, man. For real, for real. You think just because, you know, oh shit, he born April 9th, he had Aries. So you think he thinking about Mars and fucking Scorpio and he had Aries? It seemed like it don't apply to his zodiac sign because it don't. But yo, when you was born with energies over here, Venus and, you know, Venus and Taurus, and, you know, that's going to create a problem when Mars get over there in Scorpio. Okay. So this is why it's very important, ladies and men. It's very important for you to understand where your personal planets are at. Personal, sun, moon, Mercury, Mars. Okay. Then I would say Saturn and Pluto as well, because, you know, when Mars make aspects to damn near anything, that nigga's a fire starter. This is why yesterday I said this nigga's the great malefic. See, once again, it's popping. And not only that, homeboy is going through a Saturn return too. So if we look and see where Saturn is in the sky right now as we speak, on the day that he, you know, pretty much is in hot water, notice that Saturn is at the Billy Goat. Okay, you see it. Saturn appears at the Billy Goat. Okay, so what was he born? April 9th, 1991, right? April 9th, that bitch ass General Lee Surrender Day. Oh, it's about right there. Oh, let me just up the time. Boo, 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 boo. Where's Saturn at in 1991? When he born? Bam! At the throat of the Billy Goat. Okay, so what do Saturn represent? I don't want you to say this nigga tripping. He made it up. I ain't see it. So I'll just show you some keywords of Saturn, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we can conclude this little short video. Saturn keywords. I'm not making it up. It's justice. It's self-control. but it's also authoritative figures. Okay. It don't say authority in here, but trust me when I tell you it is. And if you can see, let me see. It's old age, so it represents something that's older, but justice, which means pretty much the Justice Department. Okay, Saturn represents punishment, ladies and gentlemen. It's your karma. That's why when you look in the column where it says form at the top, then look right up under that where it says the past. So if you put it together, the past and justice, Saturn is known as the planet of karmic retribution. So he's going through a Saturn return. He fucked up big time because he admitted this energy at this particular time. He is now stuck on a 7-year cycle because in 7 years, Saturn will be at a square. So let me explain it this way. Okay, let's go back to the square chart real fast. All right. So let's say Saturn's in Aquarius, and it is in the sky, even though it looked like it's at the Billy Goat. But let's say Saturn's in Aquarius in green. Okay. In 7 years, Saturn's going to be down in Taurus. Okay. That's going to be a square. And in the 7 years from that, it's going to be in Leo, which means it's going to be 14 years from the date of his incident. And when, especially on the 14-year marker, this shit it reverberate back into his life. If he don't get his shit together, really get his shit together, in 14 years, this shit, it don't even matter if he got his shit together. Like the events and some shit is going to manifest to see what side of the ledger he's on and see if you have grown. You can only grow through practice. In order for you to practice, that must mean you got to go through the drill. In order for you to go through the drill, guess what? You may manifest another woman that somehow gets on your nerve or reminds you of your baby mama or whatever the case may be, and you're gonna get tested. Believe that. You're gonna get tested. And that's what we mean by the universe testing you. But the universe, but here's the thing: is it really the universe or is it your thoughts that's reverberating off of goddamn planets in space that's coming back into this reality? That's the motherfucking universe. You know what I mean? So what was really some horrible, and excuse my language, but was really some horrible fuck shit that he did. There was a baby that's there that can't even walk, because I saw the little walker, if I'm not mistaken, sitting there and shit. And he did all that shit in front of the baby. The cat even ran. The cat ran and the baby cried. Now, if the baby is crying off of the vibe, now this is a little infant. It don't even look like the baby can talk, right? But if the baby can cry based off observation and the feeling of vibration, what you just did was set the tone to create a subconscious engram into an infant that could later grow and perpetrate and do the same shit or have some type of phobia. And the origins of that shit may not even be able to be described, because shit, you may not ever be with this woman another day in your life. The baby won't have a conscious memory of it because it's just a little infant. But the baby's behavior as it grows, may be fucked up in relationships. You understand what I'm saying? Because the baby clearly felt the vibe of what was going on, that it had to cry. And that's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. Irregardless to the fact that it could be, now here's some grown-up conversation that we gotta have. Because I wrote a book on this shit before. Was more of a service, and then I stopped offering it. It was called Kitty Karma, where if you can understand, because see, you can look at homeboy's birth chart and before he even do anything and be like, oh, this is going to be an individual that's going to struggle with women in his life. Pluto opposite Venus and square the fucking moon. That means if Pluto represent death and it's at odds with the only 2 feminine planets in the whole goddamn solar system, I'll say it again, the only 2 female planets in the solar system, then what that mean? This nigga could kill a woman. You understand what I'm saying? He can kill his mama. He can kill the woman he married to with Venus, like, or he can just kill his girlfriend. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that shit's real. And so as a baby, if I was reading his chart, I can just be like, oh, he struggles with, he can potentially struggle with this. So what you do is you have to introduce the counter opposite to neutralize that. So now that imbalance don't show up as an imbalance of abuse. And he probably was sexually abused by a woman or physically abused by a woman somewhere in his life with that as well. So what I was saying with this, as a kid, as a baby, you have your own karmas. So even the baby watching him do this horrible shit could absolutely be a part of that baby's karma. It has to be, because everything is ordained by God. So if that's the case, then that's part of the baby's karma as well. The beauty about this shit, though, is you don't have to do those things to activate the negative qualities. I keep telling you, shit, it's like a battery pole. Pick one. You going positive or you going negative? But anywhere you go, you're gonna ride this electrical wave, and it's totally up to you what you want it to be, how it's gonna manifest. You going to the positive side or you going to the negative side? Are you going to flip-flop between both worlds, and some days you off and some days you on, right? And you're just going to keep getting the mixture of shit. You know what I mean? And so, you got the power of choice. So you don't have to activate those negative qualities. In fact, you can do some things to neutralize negative quality. You understand what I'm saying? So that pretty much concludes it, man. You can see the shit. Saturn return. That represents government and authority figures. Now they're in your life, coming as a form of punishment, as they should. It's just unfortunate, and it's nasty. You know what I mean? And ladies, this shit, you learn how to read this shit. You can pull a nigga chart. I would love to know her specs, but you don't even need, that's what I'm saying. You don't even have to know her spec. To see her specs just to see if they was compatible or not. Right? But yeah, you learn this shit, you be able to tell what's compatible, what's not compatible, or who's compatible and who is not compatible. That's more like it. And the same with men. Like, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that's really not compatible with you. It makes no sense. See, what you got to understand is when you saw those red lines in the birth chart, that's a gravitational pull. See, go back to the battery concept. If it's positive and negative, they both have magnetism. So and you should know this by now, you know it physically, you just don't know it astrologically. You are attracted to negative motherfuckers. You're attracted by the square. You're attracted by the opposition, because negativity has pull. I ain't talking about negative energy and negative attitudes. I'm talking about planetary aspects. When we go to a chart and you see the red line, that's communication, right? So if you got Taurus and Scorpio in opposition to each other and shit, that's a magnetic pull. Ooh, shit. Yeah, we vibing. Because that shit got some shit in common when you understand the science. Taurus to Scorpio, one's a water sign, one's an earth sign. That's compatible feminine energy. Okay? Water and earth, that goes. Okay? Even on the square, Aquarius to Scorpio. Both of you happen to come in the middle of a season. One comes in the middle of what? The fall. The other one comes in the middle of the winter. So that's known as the fixed signs in astrology, right? The fixed signs. So you got the starters, the cardinals, the fixed that's in the middle, the preservers, and then the mutables, the ones that come at the end, more versatile and adaptive. So all cardinals, we attracted to each other because we cardinal, we start a season, but our seasons ain't compatible with each other. You understand what I'm saying? And then the elements would be off with each other, because each season represents an element, and then you gotta have elemental compatibility. You understand what I'm saying? And so then that could be off. You know what I mean? And so you're attracted by this sense of duality. And then it morphs into male female in a sense. Okay. This whole opposite shit. All right. So negative energy has magnetic pull, and that's drawing you in. But you don't know that it's negative until now. Meaning there's a way that we can isolate and quantify the energy to see what the relationship will be like. What is the pattern over it? Okay. There's a communication index you need to know. You need to learn and know. And that's just by understanding the planet Mercury, yours, in reference to some of their planets and shit. I ain't got time. This really take a class for me to really give you this shit. Okay. But that's your communication index. Then you have my favorite, which is more of the compatibility index factor that's there. Okay. The male female energies bouncing off each other. And then there's a whole nother one that involves Saturn, which is the karmic index. Your attraction factor can be way the fuck up. And y'all got positive vibe. But if Saturn is in a fucked up position, then that would delete all that shit y'all got going on. Straight up. It would. So in other words, if your Saturn is in the same place her Venus is at, that don't feel good. That do not feel good. That don't feel good. Anytime Saturn gets involved on some personal shit, you really think about this shit. The sun represents my vitality, my growth, like who I am as a human being, right? Hence your sun sign. So the sun gives off life force energy, literally. Saturn's energy is cold. So when it's the winter time, the light decreases, right? Then it slowly starts to come back up, but you're at the coldest point of the year. And so it's like Saturn, that's Saturn's domain. So it's like Saturn kills the sun right here, right? This shit is bothering us like that. Right? Saturn kills the sun, right? So that's no good. Saturn on Venus. Venus is warm and attention and appreciation, and Saturn's energy once again become cold and lethargic in a sense. You feel like something's holding you back. It's too much structure, right? It's a positive side, of course, to Saturn, as with all the energies. Saturn on Mercury. Every time you try to say something, this person, you feel like you can't even get through. You can't even express yourself, right? Saturn on Mars. Oh, hell no. Mars wants to be gone. Saturn's like, no. We're not going to run. We want to take our time. So now your expansive masculine energy of how you like to go out in the world has this slower effect to it because of Saturn pull. So if Saturn is in a negative aspect, squares and oppositions, that'll fuck your whole compatibility up. Okay? So communication, personal attraction, and karmic index. Okay? Yeah, you got to really be able to understand that shit. If you a student of this shit and you really know how to, like, if you got what I just said, you got some shit. I just gave you got some good shit to really work out, and which you can really start helping other people understand. But again, in order for me to really get into it, it'll take a class. You know what I'm saying? For you to understand it. You know what I mean? Just is. All right. So this is what I mean. So I ain't so you won't know. I ain't trying I don't want y'all to feel like I'm faking you and shit. Or baiting you, right? So look, this is what I mean. I'm gonna click this table called additional PDF table, right? And this is just his planets to himself. All this shit right here where it say aspects, this is data, man. This is telling us how the planets are communicating to each other. Okay. Now, if you just take what I said in comparison and synastry and figure some shit out, then you'd be like, oh shit. Okay. So this potentially could be hold on, y'all, 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. All right. So yeah, like this hypothetically say this aspects is between two people right here. You know what I mean? So you got to understand the negatives within this and the positives within that and get the overall goddamn story of what's taking place here. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what that is. So I'll give you an example. So you won't be like this. Well, let's suppose, right? Let's turn this into a synastry partner chart, and let's just say this is me and dude, right? And now I want to see how our energy compare to one another, and I'm gonna come here. He's going across. All his shit is going across right here in this row, and then all my shit. I'm on the y-axis. I'm going down. So now my planets is communicating to his planets. So our planets are communicating with each other in this grid. You need to know what the fuck to look for within this grid that I was just explaining to you, and then be able to quantify this shit to figure out how many goddamn positives and negatives you have. And there lies the formula right there. Okay? There lies the formula. All right. Y'all all right? Any questions? Because I got to get to a deal. So y'all good? Yeah, let me know. Put it in the chat if you got a question. I need to eat something too. Can you see Mars? So Mr. Elon Musk, that's another one for Mars. I had to blow Mars up, man. So yeah, y'all got anything? Y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Y'all straight? Huh? What up, Devore? What you say? I don't know what happened. Why couldn't I see the chat? It froze on me. First eye vision, you good. Knowledge is power. Saturn, Venus is like draining the life force. Yes, it is. OG Bruce Lee, where you been at, man? Damn, bro, I was looking for you, man. We doing the male boob challenge, male titty challenge. OG Bruce Lee is gonna be the motherfucking instructor for the male titty challenge. All right, for real. Let me see. Yeah, that's a good goddamn question, Z. What is compatible with a man like that? Nothing. because it's his own psyche. It's where he's at in his own development. You know what I'm saying? See, like Jew in here, right? There's an aspect Jew got that you'd be like, man, nigga, you a motherfucking charlatan, nigga. I ain't fucking with you. But see, Jew one of them niggas that know how to do magic trick with cards. Like, I still can't figure that shit out. Like, he one of them niggas, you know how niggas be doing, pick a card, and you motherfucking pick a card, you done change your mind and picked another card, and this nigga know how to mix that shit up and pull the card out. Like, the nigga, he know that magic shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the other side that gets into the creativity of imagination and spirituality and an ultimate manifestation and using the power of your desired goal with your mind. The negative side is, oh, nigga, you be cracking credit cards, nigga, you be stealing. I know what that placement is. Nigga, you definitely get high and drink, and this nigga don't drink shit and don't smoke shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's always predicated upon the individual's psyche. Okay? Did he swing to the negative or did he swing to the positive? Or is he neutral and got some experience in both, but he's on the path to what? You understand what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that video is very disturbing, man. Hazy O Joseph, I agree. That was some fucked up shit, man. Seriously. I'm telling you now, if the Confederates and the Ku Klux Klan come out, because in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, he beating the shit out of a white woman,
in Florida. So in my mind, I'm stuck. You know, part of my psyche, I think I'm in the Civil War sometimes and shit. You know, I'm stuck. Like, oh shit, nigga, this is about to be what? Oh, you about to get it, nigga. If the Klan and the Confederates come out for this nigga, I'm gonna have to fall back because you was bogus. And Lord knows I fucked the Klan up every chance I get, you know, on some other shit. All right, so y'all good? Straight? All right, man. If you need me, man, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Get at me. We about to work on some deals, man. So yeah, stay by your emails. I think you got a webinar coming up pretty soon, man. So if y'all ain't hit, man, go to the Imagination Guru. All right. You got a webinar that's coming up pretty soon. Yeah, you about to go in. I wanted to see if I could send him the link real fast. But yeah, stay by your emails. I'm quite sure you may even do a free joint so y'all can get an introduction of what's coming up. But get on the email list, but go to theimaginationguru.com. It's where he's at. All right, man. You know where I'm at. You know where I'm at? If you don't know, man, I got a new video posted on the front site. Go check it out, man. The Family Wealth Club is where I'm at, man. Today was payday. Well, I got, you know how many... I don't want to show y'all some shit, but you know, listen, man, I got 2 pages. You see that? I got pages full of people who we get to the money. You know what I mean? So we, you know, private things that we do. You know what I mean? That we, you know, the rental properties, them checks that came in. So, and my goal is to help y'all get in that position. You know what I mean? Where you can do something. All right. So get at us, man. I love y'all. Appreciate you. See you on the next one. If you want to see something or get some news, man, feel free to hit me up, man, and drop something. We can retroact and go into some shit so we can figure out the pieces of the puzzle together so you can learn patterns. Once you learn patterns, guess what? You should be able to do what? Make a goddamn prediction. And not just a prediction on somebody, a prediction on yourself. Like, oh, if I do X, Y, Z, then this should happen at this time. That's what it's about. All right. So anyway, man, see ya. Peace.